All right, so let's talk about writing an equation from a table. So we should know by now that anytime you get a table on the star, if it's talking about like miles and hours or any kind of comparisons, we're only going to use the last part of the table. So I'm going to box the last part of my table. I'm going to mark out the other pieces. And I'm going to say, okay, this was money, so I'm going to put an M for money on this side, and then this was hours, so that's going to be H. So they're asking which of these equations, and equations have equal signs, which of these equations matches the information in this table. So what we have to do is we literally just plug in and see if it comes out equal. If it comes out equal, you're done. So I'm going to start with A. M was 45, so instead of M, I'm going to put 45. I'm not going to include the decimal and the zeros because this is just a whole 45. And then I have an equal sign. H was 10, and then I'm going to add the 10.5 from the equation. So this side is still just 45, nothing to solve, but this side comes out to be, I line up my decimals when adding, comes out to be 2050. So 45 does not equal 2050, and because it does not equal, A cannot be my equation. So let's try answer B. So you'll notice that in some of the answers, M is the first, M equals, right? M equals. And then in some of the answer choices, it's H equals. So you got to watch for that. Make sure you plug in the right number for the right letter, which is why I rewrite my letter next to my number. Okay? So let's try letter B. I'm going to change my pen color so it makes it easier to see. So for H, H was 10. So I'm going to plug in 10. Then we have an equal sign. And then we have 4.5. And when a number and a letter sit next to each other, it means to multiply. And then I'm multiplying by M, and again, that is 45. So 10 equals, well, I don't know what 4.5 times 45 is, but I'm pretty confident it's not going to be 10. So if I multiply it out, I should get a quite large number. 20. And remember, you have one decimal place, so you'll have one decimal place. So this is going to be 202 decimal 5. So 10 does not equal 202, and because they're not equal, B is not the right answer. All right, so we're going to try answer C. So I'm going to plug in H was 10. Equals, M was 45, and then minus 30. So this side's still 10 equals. I know that 45 minus 30 is 15. 10 does not equal 15, so C is also incorrect. And that leaves us with D. So we're going to test out D, just make sure it's right. So again, M was 45. And that equals 4.5. Again, when a number and a letter sit next to each other, we're going to multiply. And then the height was 10. So 45 equals, well, I don't know this off the top of my head. So I'm going to come over here and multiply. Remember, when you multiply decimals, you multiply like normal. And then when you're done, you can put your decimal back in your answer. So in this case, I had one decimal place, so I'll have 1 in my answer. So this answer will actually be 45. And 45 does equal 45, so D is the right answer. Again, when they give you 4 equations and they're asking you which one matches the table, you're going to use the last piece of the table. Make sure you plug in the correct number for the correct letter.